Guys, it's Lisa and welcome back to the channel. Tonight we're going to do something special. We're going to do Matthew Santoro's top 10 most addicting foods on the planet. Now, I'm excited because everybody that knows me knows I love cake, hence the picture. But let's see what else he's got planned on his list. And then I want you to let me know in the comment section below if you agree with his picks.
Cake, sprinkles, all the above. Sorry, that's the food I'm addicted to. Sprinkles. We often think that we're strong enough to make rational choices for ourselves. But when it comes to food, there are just some things that are harder to resist than others. Cupcakes! Ha! Have you ever stopped to think, though, why that actually is? The truth is equal parts fascinating and disturbing. Some foods are addictive and manipulate us into craving them. Here, then, are the 10 most addicting foods on the planet. Number 10 is fried chicken. Oh yeah, Popeyes. In 2015, researchers at the University of Michigan identified the most addictive foods on the planet. One of those foods is, of course, fried chicken. Whether it's a homemade recipe or a quick trip to KFC, fried chicken is, for meat eaters at least, delicious. However, the reason that we crave it and come back to it is because it has an addictive quality. In the 2007 book, Why Humans Like Junk Food, fried chicken is identified as a food that hijacks our naturally evolved food systems. We crave after calories and minerals. One piece of fried chicken can contain nearly half the recommended daily sodium intake. When we bite into a piece of fried chicken, that salt content interacts with our saliva and mimics the 1% level of salt in our blood. It's a perfect way to get the salt that we need and a whole lot more. It's so good though. Where were we? Oh yeah, on to the next one.
It's so good.
Number 9 is...
And they're not lying. Like, serious business, fried chicken is the best. I don't know if y'all have Publix where you're at. Excuse me, but Publix fried chicken, I could eat that every day. I'm a chicken leg girl. I don't like breasts and, thighs, and I just love chicken legs. So usually when we order Publix chicken, I grab a couple of the legs and I'm good to go.
Bacon. Who'd have thought that taking the belly of a pig, injecting it with water, salt, and sugar, and of course some sodium nitrate, would produce one delicious snack. Also, one of the most addictive substances on the planet, literally. I'm talking about bacon. Researchers believe that bacon has a perfect mix of sweet, salty, smoky, and savory flavors. Our own palate has developed to seek out just one of those taste profiles in our food. When we are faced with a food like bacon, which hits all 4 of the taste profiles, our brain learns quickly that this is the perfect food to give us everything that we need. And so whenever we smell bacon cooking, we crave it. In fact, recent studies on how we process sensory information show that the smell, texture, and taste of bacon is something most people cannot resist. So the next time you're trying to get someone to like you, just wrap yourself in bacon. Number 8 is cake.
Before we move on to cake, I work with bacon every single day at work. And it kills me. Because when I cook it, it gets all crispy. And that's my favorite type of bacon. The crispier, the better. So, and it's a superfood. There are certain things that are superfoods that go pretty much with everything. Peanut butter being another.
Yep, called it. This one's mine. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to realize that cake is addictive. If you think it isn't, the next time that someone serves you up a lovely slice of cake, maybe some buttercream frosting, sprinkles, ask for that one tiny piece and leave it at that. Yeah, see how that goes. Yeah, I'm betting before the night's through, you're going to have eaten the whole thing. Cake makes us want more, and who doesn't want more cake? I'll tell you who. Diabetics. A lot of cakes also contain additives, which makes this sugar-dense food even more addictive. In fact, food companies have conspired for years to create the perfect mix of sugar, flour, salt, butter, and additives to keep us in that blissful moment. You know, when you take that first bite and you're like, oh my, there goes my diet out the window. Goodbye. Essentially, the more sugary a food is, is, the closer it comes to your bliss point. Food manufacturers aim for this golden zone in order to keep you addicted. And now that you know, it's still not going to stop you, is it? Dang it.
I prefer cake without frosting. It's just the way that I was raised. My dad and I used to make cakes, and we would never put frosting on our cakes. I think frosting is too, there's certain, like there's a whipped cream frosting. It's very light. It's like Cool Whip. That's okay. But like the butter, the icing, the thick stuff, I'm not for that. I'd rather not.
Number 7 are cheeseburgers.
Not a fan.
If there's one food that Americans have truly perfected above all others, it's the cheeseburger. Sure, other countries may dabble in the cheeseburger realm, but when it comes to making the best burger in the world, that's America. Out here in LA, go to In-N-Out. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Now that this Canadian has pandered to all Americans out there, let me tell you why this glorious cheeseburger is highly addictive. First, you have the juicy, energy, and nutrient-dense meat. Our brains require a lot of protein to run, and meat is a great way, if not the best way, to get that protein. There's a ton of fat in the meat, of course, but it's also combined with cheese containing even more fat and calcium, and then buns made out of flour, which spikes our sugar level and makes us feel super happy. It's like a perfect storm of everything that our body wants, and will also probably kill us. It's like the devil himself invented it. Good job, Satan. Number 6 are French fries.
Who doesn't love French fries?
McDonald's has the best fries. I don't care what anyone says. McDonald's.
True.
That's it. Debate's over. Okay, well, while that may be debatable, French fries are like a spy that somehow infiltrates your meal and takes up a place on your plate. Most of the time, it's just a side order. Whenever you're eating, you get a side of fries. So we're conditioned to think that that's how we order food. Even when we don't need those calories, we'll still ask, can I get fries with that? Not only is there a psychological habit because of this, but this is propped up by the way fries make the brain behave. It promotes neurochemicals, which make us feel good, and a big part of that is because of what the potato is fried in. Our body craves fat because at an early time in human history, food was not abundant for most people. If we found a source of food containing fat, our bodies would send us into a frenzy. You know, the only thing I won't order more fries with is fries. I might actually try that. Number 5 is ice cream.
I'm going to stop on ice cream for just a moment. I'm not a fan of ice cream. Not really. Not at all. I like, if I'm going to do ice cream, it's got to be peanut butter, all peanut butter ice cream with, all chocolate ice cream with peanut butter swirls in it. That's the type I like.
Why do we go to ice cream to make us feel better? I just got broken up with. I'm going to eat this whole tub. Someone's going to turn that into a GIF, aren't they? Damn it, I gotta think about these things ahead of time. You might think that the main reason we go to ice cream is because there's a hell of a lot of sugar in it that temporarily boosts your mood before the inevitable sugar crash. But it's not just that. What ice cream has as an advantage over other comfort foods is its temperature. You see, the coldness locks in the flavor. When ice cream is frozen, it preserves the cell structure of the ingredients inside the food. If ice cream is heated up, it becomes a gooey mess. Perhaps a delicious gooey mess, but still a gooey mess. Still better when it's cold, you know what I'm talking about. But as each mouthful melts, it releases the sugar rush and a powerful flavor at the same time. Both of these overwhelm your brain to produce a kind of high. So the next time you see someone that's intoxicated, maybe they've just eaten a whole gallon of Ben & Jerry's. Don't drive and eat ice cream, kids. Don't do it. Number 4 are cookies.
I love cookies.
Cookie Monster like cookie? Another addictive yet comforting food is the humble cookie. Unfortunately, cookies contain a potent mix of sugar, salt, and fat. The smell of cookies baking is also something that we associate with an idyllic part of our childhood, especially dunking those bad boys in a glass of hot milk. I'm salivating. However, this seemingly benign food is in fact a dangerous drug dealer from hell. Okay, that might be exaggerating it, but you get the point. When anything with flour is baking, it provokes a reaction in people. They begin to salivate and crave the food. This high sugar content raises something called anandamide in our brains, which boosts our addiction. Worse still, the emotional attachment to cookies means that we crave that comforting childhood memory and hope to relive it. Unless a bully shoved piping hot cookies in your face when you were a kid, in which case cookies are just bad nostalgia, and you probably way less than I do, because I love me some cookies. Number 3 are chips. If you're in the
Sodium.
UK watching this, I don't mean your chips, I mean American chips. The thin one, chopped up, you know what I'm talking about. Not French fries. Come on now. Ah, the humble potato chip. Crunchy, available in a huge variety of flavors, so very, very, very tasty. It's addictive as crack! Well, kind of. That's not scientifically proven. A recent study from Imperial College London suggests that when the brains of drug addicts and potato chip eaters are compared, there are frightening similarities. This data was gathered through a complex series of computer brain scans and a lot of eating. Researchers discovered that both drug addicts and those who regularly eat snacks like potato chips rewire their brains to make the experience pleasurable. When someone stops eating these foods, they actually suffer from a form of watered down withdrawal, similar to the withdrawal that an alcoholic experiences. I'd say that they should make an alcohol out of potatoes for the perfect addictive drink, but we already have that. It's called vodka. Thanks, Russia. Number 2 is chocolate. Who doesn't love chocolate? Chocolate cakes, chocolate cookies, chocolate. If you want to instantly make an ingredient better, cover it in chocolate. But have you ever stopped and asked yourself why you not only love chocolate, but why you crave it? The truth is your brain thinks chocolate is a drug. You see, one recent piece of research suggests that when we eat chocolate, our brain produces a substance called enkephalin. Sounds relatively harmless at first, but when you realize that enkephalin triggers opioid receptors in the brain, things get crazy. Those same receptors are used to process morphine and other opiates. So, eating chocolate produces a very low-level version of what someone taking dangerous opiates experiences. This is why people want to kill you when you eat that chocolate bar that they were keeping in the kitchen. Watch out! Hands off my caramel. And number 1 is pizza. Studies show...
Before we get into the pizza thing, pineapple on pizza or not? See, I love a good Hawaiian pizza, some pineapple, and some ham. Yay or nay?
Foods like carrots and cucumbers are among the least addictive foods on the planet. At the other end of the food spectrum is the most addictive food on the planet, pizza. I love pizza, you love pizza, everyone loves pizza. But at the end of the day, like a bad friend who constantly encourages you down the wrong path, pizza loves to hijack your emotions. Come on, pal, you know you want a slice, just a little slice. But as we all know, one slice is rarely enough because pizza contains an intoxicating mix of salt and fat in the cheese and carbs in the crust. This affects the amygdala in the brain, which detects the sensory properties of a food. The neurons in the amygdala activate in response to the smell and the taste of that slice, and boom! Your brain tells you to eat all that pizza. That'll never happen to me though, just one slice, and maybe some fried chicken, and maybe ice cream afterwards. Okay, I'm getting hungry. But that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and for liking this video, and for subscribing to my channel, and a very special thank you to all of my channel members, especially the names you see on your screen right now. All of you help keep my channel going. Thanks again, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Matthew Santoro is awesome. He's got a great channel. I'm telling y'all, go subscribe to him because he's very amusing. He has some creepy content out there. He's got good stories. He's a bundle of fun. But this list was pretty spot on as far as I was concerned. Pizza, deep dish, I can eat one piece. And I've had my fill. There's so many different types of pizzas, The only thing I don't personally like on a pizza is anchovies. Don't want that on my pizza. Ever. So, you tell me in the comment section below what your favorite food is from this list. And if there's a food that you absolutely would just die to eat and it's not on that list, let me know. And I hope you enjoyed tonight's video. It was a special treat. And so I will see y'all when I see you. Bye-bye.